Hi everyone, Scott Lewis here for Wirefly. Today I'm here to unbox the BlackBerry Q10 for Verizon. Let's go ahead and take a look. It looks like a plain black box with some embossed BlackBerry logos, Verizon logos, BlackBerry Q10. On the back here we have what is going to be inside the box. So let's go ahead and slide the sleeve off. Take a look. Now as you can see, this is the white version of the BlackBerry Q10. Go ahead and take it out and set it off to the side. See what we get in the box. Obviously there's some instruction manuals, some user's guides, some start guides, so you can read those if you need them. And then we have the micro USB charge cable, just a standard micro USB cable. That's your charge and sync cable, has a little BlackBerry logo on it. Have the BlackBerry Battery for your Q10. The battery is a 2,100 milliamp hour battery, if you can see it there. Nice slim battery. Then our charge block is the micro USB charge block, or USB charge block. And the plugins on the side. Let's move the charge and sync cable and the block off to the side. We have our battery for the Q10. We'll peel off some of that plastic. On the back of the white version, you can see it's kind of a white texture. You have the BlackBerry logo and the Verizon 4G LTE logo because it is an LTE device. We have our camera on the back with flash. The big thing with the Q10 is the Cordy Keyboard. So we have a 4-row Cordy Keyboard, very similar to the one on the Bold, but as you notice there's no trackpad or trackball for navigating, so it is a touch screen. Up on top here we have our power and sleep button, 3.5mm headphone jack. We have our front-facing camera, volume up and down rocker switch. On this side we have our micro USB charge port and micro HDMI output, and then on the bottom we have our speaker and microphone pickup. Underneath the back battery cover here, it is removable because we can put our battery in. You have a spot for your SIM card. Once again, it is an LTE device, so it does take a standard micro SIM card, and a spot for a micro SD card so you can expand storage on the BlackBerry Q10. It also has NFC technology built in, as you can see on the back cover. Put that on. And one thing I wanted to show you or compare for you is the black version of the Q10. So this is the black version of the Q10. This is what it looks like turned on. And we'll go through the software here in a minute. Same Cordy keyboard. But on the back of the black version, you can tell it is a different pattern. This is a woven glass back pattern versus the kind of textured plastic back here on the white version. So there are two different versions of the Q10, so you just have to decide if you like the high quality or premium look of the black, or if you like the textured back on the white version. So that might be one other reason why you pick the white version or the black version. So our white version's booting up here, but we do have the black already set to go. So while our BlackBerry's booting up, I wanted to bring in some other phones and actually compare the screen sizes. The BlackBerry Q10 has a 3.1-inch touchscreen. It is a Super AMOLED display with screen resolution of 720 by 720. That gives it an overall pixel density of 330 pixels per inch, and to put that in perspective, the iPhone 5 and its 4-inch Retina display has a screen or pixel density of 326 pixels per inch. So the Q10 actually has a tighter pixel density, or higher pixel density, than the iPhone 5. I use the iPhone 5 to kind of physically compare it to, a lot of people know the size of it, so your 3.1-inch screen versus your 4-inch screen. And then we'll compare it to some other phones. So this is the BlackBerry Z10. Now the Z10 has a 4.2-inch LCD touchscreen. This is the same software, the BlackBerry 10's operating system, but it doesn't have the physical Cordy keyboard. It does use the virtual keyboard or text keyboard on the display here. So as you can see, it pops up. One other phone to compare it to here is the Samsung Galaxy S4, a very popular phone. Once again, a lot of people know what the Galaxy S4 looks like and how big it is, so to compare size, that's a good reference. And the Galaxy S4 has a 5-inch display. So you can see the 3.1-inch display versus the very large 5-inch display. And we already talked about the size of the battery. It is a 2,100 milliamp hour battery in the Q10. One thing that we didn't mention was talk time and standby time. The talk time is going to be 13 hours of talk time and 367 hours of standby time. The BlackBerry Q10 is running the latest BlackBerry 10 operating system, and it's also powered by a 1.5 GHz dual-core Snapdragon S4 processor. It has 2 GB of processor RAM, and it comes with 16 GB of onboard storage. And one other thing that we mentioned earlier was the fact that you can expand storage with a micro SD card back underneath the back battery cover. We've already talked about the front-facing camera, but we didn't talk about how great it is. It is a 2 megapixel front-facing camera, and it's really good for the new additions to BlackBerry Messenger, which is a video chat through BlackBerry Messenger with your BlackBerry Messenger contacts. And on the back, let's take a look at the difference in the back battery covers again, while we take a look at the 8 megapixel rear-facing camera that has a built-in LED flash. Now the nice thing about the 8 megapixel rear-facing camera is that it also records video in true high-definition 1080p. Let's go ahead and take a tour around the BlackBerry 10 operating system real quick. If you go to the left here, you have the BlackBerry Hub. The BlackBerry Hub is a one-stop shop for multiple email accounts, social media feeds, and text message feeds to keep you up to date on all the latest information without having to go into a lot of different email accounts and text messages. So if we swipe back to the right, we have our recent app tray here. So you can see we've gone into the phone, the camera, and the videos. To go into each one, you just tap. And then to get out of anything, you swipe up from the bottom. So kind of where your trackpad used to be, you would swipe up. You have a notification center right here on the top, just like a lot of Android and iOS devices. You keep going to the right here, and you have another section which is the app tray. So you have all your different applications right here to select from. And you also have some quick access buttons here for the phone and the camera. Let's go ahead and launch the browser real quick, and we'll go ahead to, let's look at Yahoo and see what's going on. And maybe we do a search for Wirefly. Now the keyboard's fantastic on the Q10. It's just what you really want. It's why you buy the Q10, is because you want the physical keyboard. The 3.1-inch screen is a little small if you're used to some larger screens, but it is a very nice, crisp screen. And like I said, it has better pixel density than the iPhone 5. So it's very responsive, very snappy. That 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor is great. Powers it, and once again, it is a 4G LTE device for Verizon Wireless. And that's going to go ahead and wrap up our unboxing for today. So this is the BlackBerry Q10 in black and in white for Verizon Wireless. If there's any questions that you have about the Q10, make sure to leave them here in the comment section below the video. And if you're looking to pick up the Q10, make sure to check out Wirefly.com. We have some great prices on the Q10 for Verizon Wireless and for the other carriers. My name is Scott Lewis for Wirefly. Thanks for watching.